Hi everybody, welcome back. Okay, so last time we did the bar chart, we're going to keep on moving on. The next one is typically used when we're doing like stocks. It's not just for that, it's more of a statistical chart. It's called a bar and whisker, which I really love because whisker just is a fun word. I know I'm weird, it's just me. Okay, so what I have here is I have the percentage of wins for 3 schools in different sports for about 20 years, or sorry, about 10 years. And so you can see how much they did, how well they did each year. And what I'm wondering is like overall, how are they doing? Like what is their performance if I compare them all? This is too much. And I could use maybe a scatter plot or something, but it just doesn't make sense. I want like statistics here. I don't want just numbers on a plot. And so there's 3 categories, okay, and there's lots of numbers. Well, this is a good place for a bar and whisker chart. You also see this a lot of times with stock data. If you look on like a stock analysis website, you'll see bar and whisker plots. You'll see the low, the high, and the average movement for that day. I was really into Bitcoin for a while. It was fun. Conversation for another time. And I looked at this a lot. Okay, and so what I have right here is a bar and whisker chart, which shows me their relative performance in soccer, football, and baseball. So blue right here is school A, orange school B, gray school C. Okay, if I look overall, I can see their max and their min. That's the little whisker right here at the top. That says the very best performance and the very worst performance. And then I have this big blue bar in the center. And that's saying, where are they usually? Like, these two are outliers. They're just jumped out there. In fact, sometimes you won't even see them. They just disappear because they're not there. But this is where they usually are. Most of the time, they're in this chart, in this little bar right here. And so that's their normal performance. And then you see a little X. It's kind of hard to see. That X is their average performance. So if you average all the things they've done, that's what their average performance was. And so you can see, at least in soccer, their average performance is right on the money. If you look at it though, school B has a much smaller range of values, which means they're more consistent, they're just not more consistently good. And school C has a very wide range of values. They're not never as terrible as school A, but they're all over the place. They're not very consistent. Okay, and then you see this little line right here. It's still very faint, but it's there. And that is the median value. That says that half of the time they were better than that, and half of the time they were worse than that. You're like, wait a second, isn't that what an average is? That's like in the middle? No, because I'm going to take it to a different example. Let's think about income. If you are the janitor at a Fortune 500 and you make $10,000 and the top shot makes 40 million, do you think that half of the people make 40 million and half the people make 10,000? They don't. The average is going to be really, really skewed, probably upward more than it should be, by that one person with the biggest income. If you look at the median, though, that's halfway in the middle. So it means that half people make less than the median person, and half of the people make more than the median person. So you get a good idea of where the middle is. They tell you different things. And we're going to do a whole section on statistics later, so don't worry about that too much right now. Just telling you that line is the median, the X is the average. Okay. So it's really good for showing aggregate data and getting some idea of what the usual performance is as well as what the best and worst. Also, sometimes you'll see a little dot way off. That's an outlier. It says that it's just so far out there that you really shouldn't consider it. Okay, last type of chart is called a scatterplot. It's a scatterplot because it's little dots right here. Dot, 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 dot. We use it usually to develop correlations. Like in this case, let's say you're doing some sort of weight calibration on Mars. You might look at this, you'll do a bunch of measurements, you'll have known masses, you'll set them on your scale, and those masses you'll then measure a weight, okay? Here's how much it weighs, here's how much it weighs, here's how much it weighs. And from that, you can determine what the acceleration due to gravity is. It would actually be the slope of this line because that's how they're related. And so if I do this, I plug it in and I fit a line to it. We'll learn how to do that later, not today. I find out that gravity is 3.72, which is fairly close. I added some error, random error in here. Gravity on Mars is 3.71. So this would be kind of how you do it. Okay, so with that, we've seen 2 more charts, and next time we're actually going to jump into how you create a chart. So I hope this helps you, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye. Actually, before I go, bye-bye. We'll see you later.